Hey everybody, Steve the Amateur Historian, bringing to you a video that despite not getting the most entertaining moment on film, of course I didn't know it was going to happen. This is, if you've been following posts I've made and discussions in my recent vacation video, this is maybe a long-awaited event. I went on a swamp tour while I was in New Orleans, and things really took a turn that affected me directly near the end of it. And so I had to put this video together in whole just to see such a really fun experience just kind of go south out of nowhere. And before I get into the video, I just want to make it known, this was a really awesome experience. It was also a very eye-opening one for someone from the West Coast experiencing rural Louisiana life. I don't want anybody to see this and think that this is a shoddy operation, the place we went to. What I experienced there, all the things coming together the way they did, it was like a 1 in a million type situation. So I don't want this video to deter anybody from possibly going on a tour like this. In fact, I advocate very much, if you're in the area, to go on a tour like this. I think it'd be very eye-opening, again, especially for somebody who's not from the area. But anyway, I won't delay you any longer from this experience. So anyway, we're going to go into the tour now, and be sure to stay tuned to the end, because that's when things started going awry.
If the side's on the left, you're on the right, you stand up. If it's on the right, you're on the left, you stand up. That's where I'll do that about that. I'll show y'all where you from, ma'am? Seattle. Seattle? We must be gonna play the Seahawks. So that's in the 5 Rivers. This being the West Coast, one of them. All right, y'all. Going down the river, we're gonna go fast and lock. We're not gonna sit around and talk about trees. Y'all gonna get the scientific part about them. We're gonna do it while we're doing it, okay? The alligator was hunted to almost extinction in the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Right there.
What's the little one? What's the little one? The little one run the big one off. That's the first time I ever seen that. Because whenever she went on the endangered species, when the alligator hatches out, the only contact her mother has with them is whenever. Oh, y'all see that? That was a catfish. You see that? That was a catfish. We don't be a fish.
I got a picture.
After they hatch out, they run into her mouth, and then she goes to the water's edge and lets them go. And after that, they own their own. She hangs around for a few days. She's really happy. But the alligators the agents run the mother gator off the nest where she laid 20 to 60 eggs, most of the time 50. And whenever she run the mother gator off the nest, they did, and they robbed the nest. That's how we catch. I picked up one of those. That's a garfish. That's the way I fish down here. Wanted y'all to see that. Been nicer if it's full of catfish and we could just went skin them and had us a nice fish fry. That's my brother coming down in the steps there, y'all. Yeah. How you doing? You fixing to go?
Yeah, what time you getting off?
It's gonna be 7 o'clock before I get off.
You ain't gonna get to go then.
Who's Ronnie coming?
No, I'm just gonna ride down there to cross the east middle and sit down and fish.
Alright. You staying tonight? You gonna stay tonight?
Yeah. Teacher's got the flu.
Oh. Alright. What? I'll cook something if I get back before you do.
Hey, no, we'll go to over there and get some of that wagyu and cook it tonight.
Okay. Okay. I'll see you in a little bit.
Alright.
This is that's what go out to the Gulf. That's the trip we need to get on the site. This right here is still afloat. That's my next oldest. I'm number 7 of 8 children. This is mine. This is mine. This we're going under here is the oldest living fish in the state of Louisiana. What the hold up here? It looks like this. That's the counterweight on the side. Now straight up. There's 2 different ways to the part of this river. Today, since they brought the gator back, you can put in to win a tag to go alligator hunting here on the state property. They give them out kind of like a drawing. They're a magnificent bird to see, something that big on the water, sitting there waiting for a fish.
Oh.
Yeah. These leaves on the left, that's the elephant ear. Delaphineer is invasive. It came here years ago on the ship. It's an Asian plant. Those plants are actually the leaves are edible and the roots are edible. I didn't know the leaves were edible till a man from Guam was sitting on my boat there last about 3 months ago when he told me that the roots were also edible. I mean the leaves were also edible. But the man from Guam, I wish he'd have got to stay and cook with me because I would have tried them then. I ain't just gonna outright try them. Somebody's gonna be cooking and eating with me for me to do it. But he said he seasoned them with coconut milk. Like turnip greens, he done them like turnip greens, and he said at the end he poured coconut milk. He has a wingspan of 6 foot and he grows to be 4.5 foot tall. They're magnificent birds. A lot of the fishermen don't like them. They try to say that they eat the bass and all that. But my thing is, if you're a sportsman, just put some more bass in.
Here's what happened is we saw a snake in some brush off to the side of the swamp we were going down. So we stopped, we backed up, and for some reason the reverse mechanism, like he would try to go on, the operator, who was, by the way, really cool, really awesome, very authentic to the area, and he was so apologetic for this. Even though it was still a really great experience, but this is what topped it off was he couldn't get it to go into reverse. He couldn't get us to back up. So we started going forward, and he said in advance, he was like, watch out, we're going to bump into this tree, nothing I can do about it. And we hit this tree, and there was a frickin' wasp's nest in there, and they came flying out and stung 2 people. So take a wild guess who was one of the people that got stung. He got me like my lower kind of shoulder blade into the upper back, and I remember standing up and they're flying around and we can't move because he can't get the thing to reverse, so we're just floating there, and of course I have the best seat, I'm up front, and these wasps are flying around me, and all of a sudden I feel this sting in my back, and I'm still kind of embarrassed. I mean, it was understandable under the circumstances that I would be reactive, but the moment I felt the sting in my back, I'm like, oh god, I'm stung, because I thought there was like 20. I envisioned being surrounded by these wasps and we can't move anywhere. Our tour guide, who again was awesome, and he felt really bad about what happened, he couldn't get us to back up, so we were just lingering there in the swamp. And so there's a tree here that's got all the wasps in it, and there's a tree over here that's got a spider like the size of my hand. And so we're kind of floating, and he's trying to get it started, and as he's trying, there's not really much of a current, but we're kind of floating back towards the tree. So we had to get up and kind of move towards the front of the boat in case they started floating at us. But we were like swerving like this, so we were starting to move towards the tree that had the big ugly spider on it, that again was like this big. And poor guy, the guy that's trying to give us the tour is trying to get the situation figured out. He's trying to keep us away from the wasps, he's trying to keep us away from the spider. He pulls out the anchor and either didn't know or forgot that the end of the chain on the anchor wasn't hooked to anything. He threw the anchor in the water and the chain just went in after it, and he was just like, uh-oh, it wasn't supposed to happen that way. So he threw like the anchor and the chain in there. Fortunately, the swamp is so shallow that he said it's on average, I think he said it was only like 4 feet deep, 4 to 5 feet deep. And so he then had to pull out what is it, the donut thing, to like throw around this stump to try to anchor us in place, because we kept starting to move towards the tree with the hornet's nest again. I see you. I see all of you. I'm on to you.
Oh, we're talking to Looney Tunes here.
I'm sorry, y'all.
No worries. It's all good. Hey, we're making the most of it. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is kind of the opening.
No, this is where we were stuck, guys. Come on, stand up.
Come loose, or what's going on?
Where are you at?
It's in neutral right now.
Cute. Now I'm feeling fast. Gotta get the rescue crew coming in.
I was going to the snake. Next thing I know, I didn't have no power. No gas. No gas. I got the gas where it'll go, but it won't go in here now.
You have a problem?
It's like the hub's on or something, but I would think that's it.
Gotta get the
Because it
mechanic.
wouldn't power up before.
I don't know if there's no water
Yeah. Well, better be going that way than going that way.
Right
Piece of crap.
No. Oh yeah, we hit the little
Yep,
small.
we hit him. You
Is he
mad?
moving? Really?
He's moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're waiting on.
Sorry, little buddy.
I never even saw one.
You barely missed it, cowboy. You all right? You want to go up there and turn around, or you what? How you want to do this?
Keep looking back, thinking the tree's still there.
Isn't it like way back there?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
There's a hornet's nest right yonder now. Right? Yeah, I done got 2 people's thumb. You all right? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Huh?
Oh yeah. No, it's the weakest thing I've ever had, so it's not bothering me.
Oh.
This side, so everybody on.
Thank you. She let me down.
She let you down, huh? Old Sasquatch.